The first leg of the 1998 Interamerican Cup between DC United and Vasco da Gama was played in Washington, D.C. in front of over 26,000 fans at RFK Stadium. DC head coach Bruce Arena in his final home game, honored by his team. The game, a scoreless tie until the 69th minute when Vasco da Gama's Felipe, who's been anointed the next Brazilian superstar, scored on a remarkable 22-yard shot. DC held tough and had their chances. But on this night, DC United failed to capitalize. Vasco da Gama went on to win 1-0. Tonight, the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. Next. It is an absolutely perfect evening in South Florida for international soccer. And Lockhart Stadium, the venue for the second leg of the Interamerican Cup between Copa Libertadores Champions Vasco da Gama and CONCACAF Champions DC United. Hello everyone, I'm Dave Johnson and welcome to our coverage of the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. Indeed, soccer bragging rights in the Western Hemisphere are on the line. It is a two-legged competition. Vasco da Gama won the first leg 1-0. Aggregate goals will decide the winner, so Vasco has a one-goal edge, but my broadcast partner is Gordon Bradley, and even though Vasco da Gama has the one-goal edge, DC United with a lot of confidence based on their performance in that first match.
No question, Dave. I thought DC United had the edge in the first game. They had innumerable scoring chances, particularly in this late game chance by our friend Marino.
Sí, sí, señores, de corazón, porque este año nos pertenece de nuevo ser campeón. Sí, sí, señores, soy de United. Sí, sí, señores, de corazón, porque este año nos pertenece de nuevo ser campeón. Sí, sí, señores, soy de United. Sí, sí, señores, de corazón, porque este año nos pertenece de nuevo ser campeón. Ole, 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 DC 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 campeón. Ole, 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 ole.
In front of Scott Garland tonight will be John Hartz, Eddie Pope, Carlos Hermosa, and Jeff Higgins. A midfield with Ben Olsen and Tony Sen on the flanks, Richie Williams and Marco Echeverri in the middle, Jaime Moreno and Roy Lassiter up front. The head coach in his final game as head coach of DC United, Bruce Arena, now the head coach of the United States national team. And Bruce Arena is passing the baton along to this gentleman, Thomas Ryan, Major League Soccer coach of the year in 1996, coming over from the New England Revolution. He is the head coach just named this week of DC United. The man in the middle from Guatemala, Carlos Vaca. So we are set for the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. Again, we talked about the importance for DC United of keeping an eye on this individual, Felipe, who of course is such a factor. They call him maybe the next Roberto Carlos. In the first match between these two teams, he actually played at left back, but he could be in the left side in the midfield, and he could be getting forward more this evening, Gordon Bradley.
Dave, I think that situation could be very true. This player is an outstanding player, great left foot, likes to go down the left side of the field, gets his crosses in and cuts in and can score goals as we've seen previously.
Vasco da Gama will be in the road dark jerseys. DC United, excuse me, Vasco da Gama actually the home team here. They will be in the dark jerseys. DC United in the white jerseys. Again, Vasco da Gama playing earlier this week. They've been on literally a world tour. They were in Tokyo, Japan for the World Club Championship. They lost that match to Real Madrid 2-1, a highly entertaining matchup. Disappointing, they gave up an own goal in the first half. Juninho equalized, but Raul of Real Madrid was able to secure the World Club Championship for Real Madrid.
Dave, this team has been on the road, let's say, since November the 14th. I'm sure they're dying to get back home, but this is a very important game for both teams, and I'm sure we're going to see a great game tonight.
at Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's Flavinho with the throw-in. And we have the first foul of the match. There'll be a free kick coming up for Vasco da Gama. In Copa Libertadores Champions, they beat Barcelona of Ecuador. DC United defeating Toluca of Mexico to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Again, Vasco, they have the one-goal edge. This the second leg of the competition.
This is going to be an in-swinger with the right foot. The shot is
Summerstone locks it right to Scott Garlick.
The good that Scott Garlick's gotten quickly into the game, get the feel of the ball, get some confidence. Good distribution by Garlick, but there's we see the in-swinger, and watch Garlick, he goes down on his knees, collects that ball, no problem. It was a difficult ball really, but he made it look easy. Sign of a good goalkeeper.
Ben Olsen trying to put the pressure on his back on Luisinho. A throw-in for DC United has been awarded.
Gotta hold one of them, Carlos.
Marco Echeverri into space for Olsen. Intervening was Naza. Now stepping forward, John Hartz. Hartz trying to get the cross while the first corner kick of the evening.
When we tell our players not to dribble out of defense, and there we saw Naza trying to dribble past two players, and as much he missed the situation, and Echeverri wins the corner kick. It's a left-footed kick. From that position, he looks as if he's going to drive it over. There it goes, it's driven into center.
Rookie Freddie Pope, Carlos Germano punches it. It stays alive for DC United, but we have a foul in the box and a free kick coming up for Vasco da Gama. As Tony Santa getting called for the foul.
Well, Tony knows it was a foul, no appeals by any of the DC United team, and that shows that it was a foul.
Look at Roy Lassiter, who also will be counted upon. DC United might want to take advantage of his speed tonight. And of course, Tony Santa for DC United having a terrific season. And some German clubs are showing some interest in Tony Santa. And DC United needs to win by one goal to force at least a tie. By two to win the entire competition.
Dave, as we know, Ben Olsen generally plays on the right side for DC United and Tony Santa on the left. Coach Bruce Arena tonight has decided to put Ben Olsen on the left and Tony Santa on the right.
Vasco da Gama to work it off the back. Playing from back, Luisinho. Into space, Scott Garlick has to come out as Naza was making the run.
The decision by Garlick, you know, he kind of been caught in no man's land, and he came straight out and said to Yomosa, leave it, did just that, and the save was made.
Lassiter showing for the ball, marked by Mauro Gabon. Now Echeverri trying to create his magic. He was neutralized in the first game, and now we're going to get a foul on Luisinho. Luisinho, defensive midfielder, called for the foul, a free kick for DC United.
We should watch carefully this situation. Echeverri promised me that he's going to be on form tonight, so just watch him, and I'm sure he's going to be marked very tightly.
The consummate professional, Echeverri, trying to put it into the box. Trapping it, Donovan. Vasco trying to get the counterattack going, but Carlos Shimosa has stepped up, but failed to hold on to the ball. The offside flag up, but DC United will play on. Moreno putting the pressure on, but helped by Juninho. Now Ogivan will work it to the right flank to Naza. Ogivan also getting looked by the Brazilian national team. And with Felipe. Jeff Hagus winning the ball. Moreno challenged by Ogivan. Ben Olsen, a lot to deal with, and Juninho just takes it away.
Seems that he's a little bit angry. He's got noise from the crowd, but he kicked it away out of bounds, and that's fine. Clear his lines.
There was no question. No one was going further on the flank. Juninho stopped it right there, but it'll be a throw-in for DC United. We have two balls in the field, so obviously that will have to be corrected.
Jaime Moreno and Ben Olsen is looking to receive this ball. Jaime is so far away. Comes in now.
Echeverri searching for an option. That option is Ben Olsen, but Naza steps up. And Echeverri is going to be called for the foul and a free kick for Vasco da Gama.
Very little movement by the DC players who were there. I think Echeverri is saying to Ben Olsen, you've got to get free so I can give you the ball and then return it to me, and he'll take care of the rest of the business.
Free kick for Vasco. We look at Ogivan again. He actually played in Washington with the Brazilian national team when they played Ecuador in a 5-1 meeting back in October. So Ogivan, another bright future star for the Brazilian national team. Now Juninho. Juninho trying to get it to Naza on the flank. And Jeff Hagus intervenes. Hagus now. Counterattack. But Ojivan shielding Jaime Moreno from the ball. He wasn't beaten often in the first meeting between these teams, and not beaten on that occasion. But now Lassiter pouncing on it. Felipe looking forward to Luizao. He's the striker that plays up front and looks to poach those goals. Luizao, number 9, 24 goals in 52 games for Vasco da Gama.
Both teams seem to be playing a system 4-4-2. Well, if I was given against Michael Edgeberry, I'm wondering what for.
No, it would be a throw-in, a confusion over the throw-in. And Vasco da Gama with the possession. Felipe on the left flank. Echeverry comes in cleanly, swipes it away. But Echeverry sandwiched.
Yellow card.
A yellow card is going to come up on Rizal. Echeverry cleanly winning the ball from Felipe. And now DC United. Moreno.
Yellow card given to number 9, Roy Lassiter. Correction. Number 9 was...
What we see there, that Roy Lassiter didn't get a hold of the ball. Lost time, lost space, lost the ball.
Vasco da Gama now with the possession. This is Juninho. They try to work the right side. Donizet has come back. Donizet drifts over that right side with his forward position. Yamosa playing it back. Dangerous ball back. A very dangerous ball, but he's played back to the keeper, Scott Garlick. He just cleared that ball away.
He had another good decision to quickly come out and clear that ball. It looked like it was a dangerous ball, but he made it simple.
Rizal was sliding in, trying to pinch a goal. Now Naza again from that right side. Ben Olsen and Naza battling, and Naza's at the top of the ball. The foul given to Ben Olsen. So a free kick in a very dangerous position for Vasco da Gama.
Juninho looks as if he's going to take this kick. Defenders going up front. You see, if they've got height, get it in the middle.
Juninho standing over the ball. We look at the DC United bench, eager to try to pull the upset here against Vasco da Gama.
Question why he should be looking to see if he can put that ball close to Juninho.
Juninho. Service to the box. Ricochet. Scott Garlick. Is able to control.
Somewhat unusual there, Dave. We saw Scott Garlick, the goalkeeper, kick the ball all the way downfield, and there wasn't a decent player in the opposite half of the field. I think he's getting indicated now by one of the players. Echeverry, hold the ball until we can get downfield, then service.
Second leg of the Interamerican Cup. On the back, Wagner playing it to Ruizinho. Vasco now tries to work it out of the defensive play. Felipe. Forward to Donizet. That is snuffed out by Eddie Pope. Out the back, Mauro Calvon to play it back to his keeper, Carlos Germano, who has to clear it away because of the presence of Roy Lassiter of DC United.
Olsen's open on the left.
Jeff Vegas at the back. Instead, we'll put it to Carlos Shimosa, but pressure from Donizet. Midfield DC United works it, but is Luizinho winning the ball for Vasco da Gama. Bowling coming up for DC United. We've seen the early intensity by DC United's Marco Echeverry. He, like most of the DC United players, unhappy they were unable to repeat with their third MLS Cup. So eager to up their standing tonight with a win over Vasco da Gama. Moreno in a tight battle. Echeverry, a flick for Harks, but Juninho intervenes. DC United with the throw-in. Harks will switch it.
That's a good ball over the inside of the field.
Tony Sana
going one-on-one.
Moreno back to Sana. Sana knifing through from Ojivan. We're clear for Vasco da Gama.
Good play by Tony Sana.
But DC United working hard to maintain possession. Sana lets it go to Harks. And now they get into the playmaker Echeverry. That off Felipe, so it'll be a throw-in for DC United. Richie Williams. Sliding the ball for Lassiter. Lassiter coming through. Jamal save with help from Ojivan.
It was an opportunity.
Lassiter. We showed you he had a wonderful opportunity in the first meeting and another one here in the second meeting between these teams.
He had to shoot from an acute angle there, but it was there. The goal was there waiting for him.
Donizet running into position, but DC United winning the ball. Tony Sanadal will search the right flank. Just 11 minutes into this match. John Harks trying to get through the midfield. And now instead Vasco da Gama. Jeff Agus quickly sends it upfield.
Whether the coach has made this change, I'm not quite sure. But we've got Jeff Agus, Yamosa, and Eddie Pope as a three-man backline. And John Harks is coming to the middle of the field.
Richie Williams looking for Moreno. But good defense by Ronald Gavon. A forward for Vasco da Gama. Luisinho playing for Donizet. He is fouled by Richie Williams. And a free kick. Donizet flag. Challenged by Richie Williams. So a free kick for Vasco da Gama. Juninho take the free kick. Coming in, Yamosa to keep it away from Luis Allen. Luisinho to Naza. Naza stepping over the ball, giving Olsen a second chance. Ben Olsen, the defender. Now Philippe. He's come over to the right side. Heading on the moves, but DC United.
I've seen Philippe penetrating down the left-hand side, and now he's kind of in the right side channel, and he's appealing to one of his players to get wide over on the left side so he can feed him the ball.
Williams trying to win the ball away from Philippe. Now Donizet. Luis Allen. We're going to have a handball against Vasco da Gama. Good call. For a free kick. Marco Echeverri. Harks. And DC United with control from the back.
What the Vasco da Gama team is doing is letting DC United have their own half, and they're falling back into their own half to get the rest and just wait for them coming forward.
Again, Vasco da Gama does have the goal. Soccer ball.
And we did know this also, Dave, that when they took the lead 1-0 at RFK, they became very, very strong in counter-attack. So that's the position they're in at the moment.
Lassiter using his speed to elude Ojivan. Now Moreno. Vasco with defensive pressure too much. Yamosa keeping it away from Donizet. Agus. Jeff Agus cleaning things up. Now Richie Williams. As always spirited. Al Galvono intervened to prevent the ball from reaching Roy Lassiter. John Harks is pushed forward. Moreno poked away by Ojivan. Lassiter lifting it, but Naza will spank it away. Vasco da Gama.
Lassiter tried to put that ball over the far side where Ben Olsen was waiting for it, but it just never reached there. Passing's just a little bit off at the beginning of this game for DC United.
Challenge at the back for Lima.
That was a deliberate kick, and we see it here on camera. That's very, look, it just took a
Yellow card given to DC United number 10, Marco Echeverri.
Somewhat what they were on the yellow card, because that was a deliberate kick. Could have been a red card. There we see Marco Echeverri.
Philippe. Flying away to Tony Sanadal.
Good shot by Ben, but he's about 45 yards out. So maybe it was a hopeful shot, but He took it. It was a good shot, just wide of the right post.
Carlos Tabata. 43 games he's played this year, this keeper. 36 goals he's conceded. And he was a reserve at the World Cup for the Brazilian national team. And Lizette trying to get free forward, but Jeff Agus. Parks will put it over to the right side. Moreno trailing for the ball, challenged by Wagner. And we'll have a free kick, the foul against Wagner.
Then Wagner had to foul in there because Moreno was off and running, and when he gets that ball down that right flank and he gets space to come inside, that was a dangerous situation. So the defender said, "I'll get the ball away."
He did, but he's given a free kick. There's, as always, an excellent scoring chance with Marco Echeverry over the ball. Echeverry instead puts it to Agus. Agus! It'll be a goal kick for Vasco da Gama, but Agus scored on a play like that in the Major League Soccer regular season in the game against Kansas City.
It's a betting must have remembered that because he put that square ball all the way to Agus, and he creamed that ball, just went wide. Good play. There you see it again. Actually wide and high.
In fact, there was certainly a candidate for goal this season as Jeff Agus hit a lazy from the left side off a free kick by Marco Echeverry in DC United's regular season. But not to be on that occasion, we remain scoreless. Dave Johnson, Gordon back in from Lockhart Stadium. Second leg of the Interamerican Cup. DC United in the white jerseys, Vasco da Gama in the dark jerseys. Vasco da Gama, a one-goal edge in aggregate goals determines the winner of this competition. So Vasco da Gama effectively is up by 1 goal. Donizet, with the most denying him. The most will put back to his keeper, Scott Go. Oh, his last start was actually the last regular season game. As Tom Preston took over, in fact, was keeping the first leg.
He's been very clean at the beginning of the game, although we only seen 70 minutes of play. The one thing I was expecting, Dave, that DC United would put on a lot of pressure at the beginning of the game and try and say, get the goal, and then that's everything is even. It hasn't. Time is ticking by. As long as the time is ticking by, the opposition is satisfied with that. DC's got to put the pressure on because obviously they won the game again.
1 goal down to Vasco da Gama. And now Flavinho. Luizal short to the ball from his forward position.
Outside is open.
That's where Nazar is. He gets the ball to Luizal. Nazar dancing on the ball. Instead, back to Luizal. Donizet controlling it, but Yamosa is on him. Donizet. Flag is up. Luizal was eager to get on that, but too eager.
That was very good there, fending off the defender and just rolling that ball back, but at the end of the day it was an offside.
Now Echeverry with a precision pass. But intervening the veteran, 36-year-old Mauro Galvão, who played for the Brazilian national team in the Italian World Cup 90. Wagner puts it back to Ocean.
Great there.
Now Wagner. Denying the flank. Pressure by Luizal. DC United working out Vasco da Gama pressure. As we approach the 20-minute mark. Richie Williams.
My last over Richie Williams. Left side is somewhat open.
Vegas. Thousand stepping up. Vegas setting it back.
He says play on, doesn't get the foul. Echeverry's in charge here.
Echeverry outside of the group looking for Yamosa, who was making the run. It was the right option. But Vasco da Gama also had it red. Now at midfield. There'll be a free kick for Vasco da Gama.
There's a lot of niggly fouls. It's not accepted. Just get on with the game.
Oh, Gallo. Offside. Offside flag is up. Midfield. Offside. As Eddie Pope had things controlled for DC United. A free kick. See Gallo play it.
clearly, no question. It was a good ball to Donizet, but Donizet started his run too early. Then he could put it in offside position.
Ben Olsen. Olsen to Jeff Higgins. Higgins decided to switch it. Holy center is marked by Flavinho. He did not volley it in, but was able to keep it alive while DC United throw it.
Great ball by Jeff Higgins, a diagonal ball all the way past the fullback to DC United player.
Eddie Pope with the move. Now Tony Center. Denied, but another throw in. Flavinho on the flank, able to deny the cross.
Good ball, nobody marking.
Eddie Pope able to sneak in, but Vasco da Gama able to recover. The challenge, 3 big wide results. A full kick coming up for DC. Vasco da Gama. So often when you talk about Brazilian team, you look at Antonio Lopez. You talk about the offense, but this is a very organized defensive team. This Vasco da Gama. In the first team. And even against Real Madrid, it was an own goal that was the first goal for Real Madrid. And he scored the second goal in the 83rd minute of that World Club Championship earlier this week in Tokyo. And of course, Real Madrid, they are the world champions now, the top side of the world. And Vasco da Gama made it very hard for all those stars to score. DC United will have a throw-in. They again on the white jerseys. If you look at Marco Echeverri, he's been loaned to a club in Ecuador, Emelec of Ecuador. In fact, he's already played 2 games, both victories for that club in Ecuador.
I understand they want him to play tomorrow, get back over into Ecuador, play tomorrow. I don't know whether he can do that, but he also played on Wednesday, so it's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 3 games in about 5 days. That's good to do.
Marco Echeverri is so focused on this game for DC United.
He wants to win this so much.
But you know, Vasco da Gama does not have a chance to deal without this trophy after his ability to win in Brazil. No shame not beating Real Madrid. A great side, but give you an idea of the passion in Brazil. Jose Flamingo is chiding Vasco da Gama in full-page ads in Rio de Janeiro newspapers. So Vasco da Gama definitely does not want to come home without at least the Interamerican trophy.
These Rio teams can do that.
Rivalries almost unsurpassed in the world in Brazilian soccer. Donizet trying to spin Flamingo. Yamosa went and scored it back to Scott Garland.
Good ball by Donizet there. Very clever in this handball kind of situation.
Rizal just takes the ball forward there for himself. We saw Diego Maradona do it once. They thought he'd sneak in with the hand of God, but no religion on that occasion. Flavinho to Rizal. He's become more active, going all over the field to show for the ball. Striker for Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da Gama is throwing this ball around very, very nicely now.
Donizet.
Good play by Donizet.
He created the space. Donizet. After creating a guy, penalty was grabbing. And again, that's a battle of sport, but a little bit closer to the first one. So number 6, Penalty, the goal scored in his first penalty.
No question about it. You can see him on TV there. He's got a dynamic left foot, not long from about 35 yards out. That could have gone in. Dangerous play.
21 years old, they're calling him maybe the next Roberto Carlos. It's a good company to be compared with. In fact, Roberto Carlos went to Real Madrid. In the World Cup Championship.
Throw in white.
They throw in for DC United. So Lucas Hauser steady. On the right side for Vasco da Gama. Now Vasco da Gama trying to quickly counterattack. He gets the strides going. Trying to work for Donizet.
Appealing for a foul there because one play was held, and I think it was for the key. But the referee says, play on, play on.
Philippe wanted the foul, did not get it.
Williams trying to organise it, and he's put the ball down with Moreno. It's on his left foot.
Now Ben Olsen. Olsen is marked by Nelson.
let a left-footed go over the top line, puts it in, he puts the defender out of the game, and he hits that one high and wide.
Lockhart Stadium, the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. Dave Johnson and Gordon Bradley with you as Vasco da Gama has a one-goal edge in this two-legged competition with DC United. Vasco da Gama in the black jerseys, DC United in the white. We're just about 26 minutes into the first half of this match as Marco Echeverri and DC United need to win by at least one goal to force extra time. They need to win by 2 to win it all. So Vasco da Gama very much in control. Donizet making a run on the ball by Juninho, but it'll be Scott Garlick who comes up with it.
It's a plan, Dave, that the Vasco are allowing DC United to play in their own half, and then they covered tightly when they entered the Vasco half. And then Vasco give quick balls on breakaways, and they're very, very dangerous on breakaways like they showed in the last 20 minutes in Washington in that first game.
The first game back in mid-November. For one of the crowd, 26,000 in Washington, D.C. Hillary is fouled on that left flank. He almost still split the two defenders.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States women's soccer touches down Lockhart Stadium. We have the U.S. women's national team take on Portugal on Saturday, January the 30th, 1999 at 3:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale today at Lockhart.
Meeting for
Tickets are also available at Great Savings. For more information, go to the north and south side of the city.
Sliding the ball to Juninho. Attacking to Luizão, and poking it away from behind is Tony Senna to concede the corner kick.
Tony Senna, I think he ran about 50 yards to get to that ball. If you saw what was going to happen, but just kick the ball out of play for the corner kick. Good defensive play by Tony Senna.
Juninho will take the corner kick for Vasco da Gama.
Right-footed kick, bending in to the near post,
Off the thigh of Tony Senna, and now a throw-in for Vasco da Gama.
Another good corner kick there. We see
I'd like to remind you that we always are great for fundraisers, employee incentives, getting a group of friends together. For more information on how you bring a group to a fusion game, stop by the sales booth located at the north and south side of the stadium.
Luizão
Or call 1-888-FUSION-4.
to collect the DC United keeper.
Comfortable save there by Scott Garlick. It all builds up a little bit confidence. He hasn't played for quite some time for DC United, but he started this game not making any mistakes whatsoever.
Difficult ball for Carlos Chimosa. He has to head it back as Luizão again was up front for Vasco da Gama.
But because Yamoso is looking for that ball in the air, he's got to have help by Scott Garlick, and Scott Garlick's got to say clear it or head it back or whatever. He's got to tell him what to do.
Has to be that communication. Marco Echeverri, with no one on the flank. Tony Senna with the dummy to let the ball get to Echeverri.
Ben Olsen was looking to get on the flank, but that ball was a little bit overplayed by Echeverri, but nevertheless it was a good build-up. And we see Serena how much he would like to see DC United win this game.
Now the head coach of the U.S. national team. Already coached one match here against Australia. Senna challenged on the flank. Donizet and Flavinho. Flavinho is able to win the ball.
Tony Senna tried to take two players on there and it just wasn't on. As a result, there's a counter-attack coming on.
Philippi. Oh, good ball. Flavinho was offside. Vasco da Gama, they are protesting those matters.
That was an open left side. And let's see if we can see it on TV if he was offside. There's the through ball coming. He's looking up, sends it.
Just looks like he's offside. Yeah. Good call, as often they are. As much as fans and players whistle, more often than not, when you go back to the replay closely, you realize the referees have made the proper decisions. Well, you may not convince the coaches and players of that, or the fans.
Echeverri on the ball.
Echeverri. Lassiter stumbled just a bit. Has got his footing caught. Mauro Galvão, 36 years old, but marking him. And tight marking, and Lassiter actually stumbling for DC United. 30 minutes in. Echeverri on the ball. The backfield for Ben Olsen. Olsen getting around Juninho. Olsen will challenge at the edge of the box. Play on. He called it a foul, but the referee chance to counter-attack. The second moves of Peregrine.
You've got to enjoy this player.
Peregrine steering through. A soft touch to Donizet. Out for the diagonal ball that ricochets off Jeff Higgins for a corner kick.
No question, that Peregrine knows exactly what to do before the ball gets in.
Felipe is really putting on a show as he did in the first meeting. Again, 21 years old, and he will handle the corner kick.
That just looks up to see what is open, what he should do with the corner kick. Left foot, in swinging.
Going near post. The result Vasco da Gama looking for.
Scott Garlick and Edge very talking to each other. I wasn't quite sure what was that about. Whether that player that headed the ball wide was unmarked, I don't know, but I hope they get it straightened out.
Mauro Galvão has come up from his defensive position. He was the player at the near post that headed the ball. He was a defender for the Brazilian team back in Italia 90.
No, there's no question that the Brazilians, everybody expects them to win the World Cup every time it's played, but even the defenders are very good at dribbling, and that's kind of a rarity, but whichever way it comes to them, they can control it, they can pass it, they can dribble.
DC United now. John Hartz. Good ball with Ben Olsen. Olsen here on the left flank. The 1v1 with Naza. Olsen mustering Naza. Ojibal is clear, but it'll be a forward coming up. For Antonio Lopez, after the first match, Antonio Lopez, the technical director of Vasco da Gama, said he was very impressed with Ben Olsen. He was one of the players that he mentioned, because Ben Olsen played a rookie in Major League Soccer, and on the ball now for DC United. He will serve it, looking for Lassiter. Galvão heads it away. Mauro Galvão. Moreno.
Good protection of the ball by Moreno. And there to Echeverri on Vegas.
What a touch by Echeverri. Vegas. So Tony Santa with the goal at 33 minutes, and this series, this Interamerican Cup, is now even at a goal apiece.
Just a beautiful goal, a beautiful build-up, and Tony Santa comes in at the far post and just side-foots that ball past the goalkeeper. 1-0 DC United.
And 1-1 overall in the competition.
There we see, that's what we've got. We've got the our technical director, Lopez, just kind of putting his hands out and saying, what happened there? Well, what happened was a beautiful play by DC United that led to a goal by Tony Santa.
Moreno now. So this series is now even. DC United getting the goal.
And there's a rarity, Dave, that Jeff Eggers followed that back pass to the goalkeeper and ran it all the way, a 50-yard run to hopefully say that goalkeeper wasn't making a good clearance. And there we see the coach of Vasco da Gama. Not a very happy man at the moment. The goal by DC United wasn't just a finishing pass. That was the finishing pass of a great build-up for them. Look out here.
Luizão is coming through. But DC United's Jeff Eggers.
Continue to say that Vasco da Gama are very, very dangerous on the counter-attack.
Santa. Fabinho intercepts for Vasco da Gama. So again, it's now 1-0, and if it stays this way, again, DC United leads 1-0 in this game. Vasco da Gama scoring a goal in the first game. If it stays this way, we would go to golden goal extra time. Ball played into space, but Roy Lassiter unable to make the run.
Well, Ben Olsen's looking at Ben Olsen. He's saying, "You'll give it to my feet." And Ben says, "Well, I was going to put the through ball inside the full back for you to run onto, but they just didn't organise that quite the way they wanted to."
Naza. Echeverry and DC United. Hungry now. Flicking it over two players, and now Echeverry coming through! Oh, Echeverry and Lassiter. Would have gotten to that. We could have had DC United up by 2 goals.
Marino and Echeverry played 1-2 very, very well, and when everybody thought that Echeverry was going to take a shot, he just clipped it over to the far post, but the goal didn't result. But a good play from DC United.
Moreno. DC United in the white jerseys. Vasco da Gama in the dark. Ogivan. Piercing it ahead to Luis Alves. He is fouled by Hartz, a free kick.
Good use of the body by John Hartz. He knew that he couldn't turn so quickly, so he just kind of opened himself out, and the player ran into him for a foul. What he called drew the foul.
Look at the number of fouls in this match, 18 so far, 11 for DC United. Higgins denying the right side. Bruce Arena would like to get one final trophy for DC United.
He's got to be happy with that goal.
And in a rare situation, be on a 2-game losing streak. That's the case for Bruce Arena, where he goes the MLS Cup in the first leg of this competition. Donizet is appealing for the foul, and he has won his appeal. And now Donizet is getting into a John Hartz.
Well, the best thing that John could do is walk away from it, otherwise a card will result. So what the referee is telling him to do, clear the area, clear the area.
But now a free kick for Vasco da Gama.
Well, here we see the replay, trying to dribble through 2 or 3 DC players, and there's the foul there. And you know he makes a meal out of it, he throws himself down.
Well, Ben Olsen getting called for the foul, and afterward, Donizet and John Hartz were jawing at one another.
And Echeverry is really saying to the referee, "You knew that that wasn't a foul, he just took a dive."
Actually, it looked like the ball got a little bit ahead of Donizet, and he was touched by Ben Olsen, so then he decided that he was going to help the call process.
Exactly, they kind of draw the foul, then it's up to the referee to decide, let the play go over quickly, and then decide whether to blow the whistle or not for a foul.
But an amazing spot for a free kick.
Well,
Bailiffy is to the right, Juninho standing over the ball, and Naza to the left.
I've seen this one before, I do believe, I think this ball's going to go through Bailiffy's feet. We just watch it.
Naza is setting up the ball.
Juninho's on the kick, I do believe.
Now, of course, the customary appeal for 10 yards.
Luzinho's going to get his ball. Just let's watch it a little.
Carlos Buttress, the referee, would like to get this free kick completed before the end of the first half, which is about 6 minutes away.
It has to get 10 yards away from the ball.
Whistle blown. Juninho! Bailiffy set it up for Juninho.
Juninho tried to bend it round the wall and put it into the left side of the goal, but it wasn't to be. It took a long time to set up the ball. There you go. He tried to bend that ball into that near post. It just wasn't on. You're not going to say that 6 players like the Brazilians can't do this. They certainly can. But in that particular case, it was wide.
Number of shots even. This competition now tied. Vasco da Gama with a goal in the first leg. DC United now a goal here in the return leg. Jeff Higgins.
Well, the goal has certainly built confidence up with DC United. We just talked about it. As every minute ticked off the clock, it's going to be more difficult for DC United. But that, not only a goal, but a wonderful goal, has put them right back into the series.
Tony Sana with the goal for DC United.
Maybe there was a reason, Dave, for Tony Sana going on the right and Ben Olsen on the left, which is kind of different. It's paid off there.
Ogivan from the back. Vasco da Gama. Donizet showing for the ball, but he has to deal with Carlos Chamosa. Donizet. Chamosa! A perfectly timed tackle.
It was It was perfect, it was, Dave. Perfectly timed tackle on Donizete.
Now a long ball by Agus, looking for less of it. But Carlos Germano, the keeper, is there for Vasco da Gama.
And last, acknowledging the pass from Agus, feels good about it and said, next time it's on.
Agus clearing away, a throw-in for Vasco da Gama. Here at Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A large Brazilian population here in South Florida, and a lot of Vasco da Gama fans showing up tonight, but also a lot of fans of other Brazilian teams that show up actually for DC United against Vasco da Gama, such is the nature.
Such as life in Brazil among the soccer teams.
So even though they're maybe Brazilian fans, if they don't support Vasco, chances are they're supporting DC United tonight. Well, finally we're going to have Vasco da Gama with the throw-in. Donizete is fouled from behind by Yamosa, and Donizete and Yamosa, and this will be a free kick. Well, they let it go, and Carlos Batzos, the referee, is going to bring this one back.
If he's got to give a card, he's got to give 4, so he's decided not to give any.
Felipe on the ball. Luizinho puts the ball in play though. Showing for it, wide open Naza. Streaking through to the 6. Juninho the shot gets blocked. Now Bone coming up, kneeling to the foul, and not getting it.
Good block shot by Yamosa. Now it's a counter-attack.
Moreno streaking. Ojivan with the right leg.
Normally, he would push that ball past the defender and just run for it. Now it's over to Echeverri on the left side.
Santa with a brilliant ball to Echeverri. Echeverri dancing on the ball over the 6. Jamal able to punch it away. Now Moreno. Lassiter trying to sidewind it. The pressure continues. Ben Olsen. But Fabinho will clean things up for Vasco da Gama. But only for the moment.
Good attacking play there by DC United. Echeverri saved that ball for going for a goal kick. Placed the ball in the middle. Sana just missed that ball, Dave. Otherwise, that would have been number 2 for Sana and number 2 for DC United.
Agus throwing it back to Yamosa. DC United as the half window close. Looks to go ahead in this competition. Parks. Moreno is playing out wide right now. Williams putting it back in the middle. But now Vasco da Gama. Trying to sprint Donizete. Luizao is appealing for the foul. But coming out at halftime, we'll have a look back at DC United's history so far. Also look back at the Major League Soccer Eastern Conference Champion, of course, also highlights and stats of the first half. Scott Garlick in goal tonight for DC United. Again, he's one of the reasons why they are here in this competition. They won the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and he was in goal. A 1-0 shutout of Toluca to win it back in August at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. And Carlos Batzos, the Guatemalan referee, is giving Juninho an earful. Not happy with that foul. A free kick for Marco Echeverri.
Not only that, Dave, I think Juninho tried to stamp on the opponent, and I think that's what the referee's having a word to say, cut that out.
Words to that effect. Naza. 34th minute goal by Tony Santa. Breathe even more life into what has been a very entertaining competition over the first leg and first half of the second leg. Look at Luizao. He is a goal scorer, hungry for a goal. Did not score in the first leg. Eddie Pope working hard to win the ball. But a throw in for Vasco da Gama. But they will not have to throw it as 45 minutes have kicked off here at Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Bruce Arena and DC United are right in this competition. Coming back in just a moment. Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Dave Johnson and Gordon Bradley with you tonight for the second leg of the Interamerican Cup at Lockhart Stadium, which has been a wonderful soccer venue in the United States now for over 20 years. And of course, the original home of the old Fort Lauderdale Strikers of the North American Soccer League. And except for the second half, and DC United, of course, almost in a similar position to Vasco da Gama. There was some disappointment for DC United that they did not win Major League Soccer Cup, even though they, of course, won it the first 2 years. So Marco Etcheverry and a lot of the players really focused. They're used to winning trophies, and they want to win one time.
Exactly, Dave. And, you know, if you come in second, nobody knows that in 10 years' time. They need to be a winner. So they, although they've been in the first 3 championship games and played wonderfully, they failed to beat Chicago Fire in that last game. And of course, they now have something to prove, and they're trying to prove it tonight by winning this tournament.
And of course, this is the final game for Bruce Arena in charge of DC United and his wonderful run as head coach of DC United. And it's interesting that we sit here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we think back to the first season when DC United 1.1-7. Hard to believe that they would turn it around and be playing an international competition for a major title, but that is the nature of Bruce Arena. He's had success wherever he's been, and so probably not a surprise if you know the commitment and quality that always surrounds Bruce Arena. Tony Santa coming out, the goal scorers, getting set for the second half of play. Vasco da Gama, it'd be interesting to be in that locker room at halftime with Antonio Lopez to hear some of his comments, because he's very active even during the game. But Tony Santa, the goal scorer of the first half, and he has finds a way of scoring goals in big games.
You know, Dave, he really does. And Bruce Arena today is an example. Puts Olsen on the left, Santa on the right, when generally it's the other way around. And then we're seeing Santa putting the ball in for the only goal of the game, such an important goal, at the far side coming in from the right. So I've never used the word fantastic, but for Bruce, the number of titles he's won, not only with DC United, but with the NCAA and University of Virginia, you've got to really credit him and somewhat be astonished by his success.
There's Bailey, of course, who did not score in the first half like he did in the first leg when he scored in the second half, but his individual brilliance, you see why he's touted as a next Brazilian superstar. He is really coming onto the scene at the age of 21.
I always tell my team, Dave, that you've got to know what to do with the ball before it comes to you. And this player, Felipe, is no question he's able to do that. And that's why he creates time and space for himself and has that time to pass the ball, collect the ball, dribble the ball, whatever.
Marco Etcheverry getting a bite into this game as well, because he always focused and the consummate professional. Again, to give you an idea of his week, he's playing right now with the club side on loan, Emelec of Ecuador, and of course had a busy week but focused on this game. And Jeff Agas involved in the goal. It was his ball to Tony Santa.
Well, you know, a fullback has got the freedom to go forward if the opportunity is there, and the opportunity is decided by that fullback or by that player. He got the ball somewhat near the corner of the 18-yard box, hit it hard and low to the far side of the post, across the face of the goal, and we know Tony Santa ran in and side-footed that goal. Such a very, very important game. Let's see how we're going to do in the second half.
All right, it's even this competition at a goal apiece. And we notice one substitution has been made. We'll try to confirm who checked out of the game for Vasco da Gama, but we do know that Guilherme has come in. For 18, Guilherme, he is from Grêmio. He was signed by Vasco da Gama from Grêmio in September. He is a goal scorer. In fact, in a stretch last year, he had 9 goals in 10 games in the Brazilian Championship of '97.
Well, you wonder why he didn't start.
He has been a selection here for the second half for Antonio Lopez. Bailey on the ball and is fouled by Richie Williams. And Richie Williams, that kind of persistent player that will frustrate a player and give a foul when necessary. Guilherme is on the ball now. The backfield coming forward. Luizinho. And we have another foul and a great chance here for Vasco da Gama to open the second half.
Eddie Post not happy about that because he was the one that was thrown for the foul. The referee's got no problem in saying, hey, get out of the way, it's a foul. And all players congregating around because they don't want the Brazilian players to take a quick kick, and they really want to buy some time to get the DC United players back in a defensive position on this free kick.
We believe that Guilherme is checked in for Luizão, and Vitor is coming to the game. He has replaced Juninho. So a couple of moves made by Antonio Lopez, the technical director of Vasco da Gama. Vitor had been starting for this Vasco da Gama team, but lost his place. He is back in. He's number 13 now, replacing Juninho. And again, it is Guilherme coming into the game for Vasco. Coming through Naza. His shot is handled.
That was a misunderstanding. That was not the intention of the free kick, and now the three of them are talking to each other. Well, I thought you should do this. Well, I was going to pass it between your legs. And they've got to get it right next time, because that wasn't on at all.
Naza ended up trying to make something out of it, but Scott Garlick is able to make the save for DC United. There'll be a throw in for Vasco da Gama. Into the second half here at Lockhart Stadium. This is the Major League Soccer home of the Miami Fusion. They played their first year in Major League Soccer. Vitor playing it up the right side. So again, Guilherme coming in for Luizão.
Somewhat ineffective in the first half, Dave.
Maybe why Antonio Lopez made the change. And Olsen trying to get around Fabinho. Fabinho is able to stop him, but he has to concede the throw-in.
It's not easy to get up and down the flanks like we just saw Ben Olsen do. He's up and down, up and down, up and down. Takes a player with a great deal of stamina to do that kind of work in that position.
Moreno trying to split through two defenders, but Wagner will clear it. But it goes to John Hartz. Now Richie Williams. You can hear the DC United players saying switch it, and that's exactly what he did. Jeff Agostow serving it in the box. Ricocheting through. Ben Olsen now across the box. DC United trying to keep it alive. Vasco da Gama. A wave of DC United offense, but they were able to ride it. Now Felipe again. Star with such individual talent. Guilherme. Frees up the right side for Vitor. Too much spice on that one.
Well, you hear the cat calling and the whistling from the fans because we're unhappy with that type of passing by the Brazilian team.
That was good to a point until they played the ball to the flank, and that's when it resulted in the cat calls, not for the Vasco da Gama fans liking. Guilherme heading into the box, and Scott Garlick having to stuff it out as Donizet was streaking through for Vasco da Gama.
We've got to say that Scott Garlick is on his toes tonight.
It'll have to be. Good ball. He's got time to make a good cross. Donizet was in position, but Jeff Agus prevented the ball from getting to Donizet. Donizet was just waiting. You could almost see him salivating to head that one down.
Well, it's great to have a fullback that can go forward, be dangerous on the attack, and play the defensive play that Jeff Agus does.
Number 4, so Wagner. 40-yard run. Now Donizet. Guilherme is making the run to the box. Wagner also stepped up. Carlos Chamosa is able to sweep it away for DC United, and a throw-in, the result for Vasco da Gama.
Chamosa read that situation very clearly and gave the throw-in away.
Vitor on that right flank. He's just come in here in the second half. Now against Tony Santa, and now another set piece for Vasco da Gama.
Just outside the top of the corner, the 18-yard box.
Felipe will be on the ball.
See Felipe preparing this shot. He's a left-footed player, as we know. There's two players, Olsen and Sana. There's a 3-man wall now. There's a 2-man wall. Sana's come in because of his height.
Drills it in. Naza volleys it. Garlick the save.
It looked as if it was a pass back. It wasn't, though. That was a shot on goal. And whether it was a placement shot, thinking the ball might go to the right or left side of the goalkeeper, Scott Garlick got an easy save there.
So Naza with the shot, though. You look at Wagner getting called for the foul. A free kick for John Hartz of DC United. 50 minutes in to the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. John Hartz Carlos Giovanni will wait for this one. Ball for free kick. Naza ended up with a pretty good opportunity.
There we see the shot, it was blocked, and then it was kind of a side foot pass, or a side foot shot with the goal, to the goal, and Dumpy had no problem in saving. Comfortable.
The kicks got that on the half volley. It bounced. Now, Roy Lassiter. Trying to get it to Brain on the flank. Mauro Galvão is able to intercept. Vitor now on the right side. Pagazzi. Donizet. Trying to get around Carlos Shimosa. Not an easy task. There's Donizet fouled out.
Good play by DC United.
Echeverry with a lot of room. Tony Santa. Santa. Lassiter. Lassiter fighting to get the ball back, but Vasco da Gama will clear.
It was an opportunity.
Now Marco Echeverry. Echeverry stopped by Wagner. Donizet. Again, buy space and then draw a foul.
And he knew it.
So you can see the urgency in Vasco da Gama. Hoping to bring back the new silverware. Now only a transfer one. They did not win the World Club Championship. And now they would like to be able to go back to Rio de Janeiro with this Interamerican Cup. As we've talked about many times in this broadcast, it would serve as a source of embarrassment the way that the Brazilian soccer is followed with such passion.
Ball from Fox to Richie Williams and on to Eggers. It's crossing the halfway line now, looking to see what his next move is. Lassiter.
Wagner intervenes. And Lassiter and Wagner battle. And a free kick the result for DC United.
Well, you could say that Lassiter won a free kick.
Flies to more than 260 cities across the U.S., Canada, and Europe, Mexico, and the
So now in
Caribbean.
a dangerous position, DC United, again, they win by 2 goals. In regulation, they win it all. The Inter-American Cup.
4322.
Tony Santa. Richie Williams. Now Echeverry, marked by Vitor and foul. No foul. They play on. I thought Vitor caught him on the leg. DC United, though, still in possession. John Hartz. Olsen has to win the ball back, and DC United will play it to the back.
A good possession by DC United. Diagonal ball goes all the way over to Echeverry. Echeverry's indicated, give it to me on my foot. Give it to me on my foot. There you see Echeverry appealing. I don't want it in the air. I want it at my feet.
I think you just read his lips. I think you covered the whole conversation without being on the field. Vitor from the back for Vasco da Gama.
Somewhat of an aimless kick there. Just kind of flicked it up onto his left foot.
Like a handball. Yeah, handball on DC United. Now watch Vasco da Gama train yesterday. You can tell that this is a tired team coming from Tokyo, Japan this week. But it seemed they would have to quickly get refocused and re-energized after the disappointing loss to Real Madrid. Vasco da Gama, though, not finding the space. Luizinho. Donizet. Donizet. Oh! Crossbar.
Ball that was lost in the middle of the field by DC United. You saw just what happened there. That ball comes all the way over and it was raining against that crossbar. And a fantastic shot.
Donizet with a wonderful opportunity for Vasco da Gama.
And you know he's got such a powerful shot.
Mauro Galvão playing it back into the shots to give DC the pressure on Vasco da Gama. They step it up here in the second half. And Hillary and Richie Williams exchanging some elbows. So another example of the intensity of the match. Naza streaking forward. Donizet testing it down. Donizet! Oh, Hussein!
We've got to save it the game there, Dave. That was a cannonball.
Donizet has had 2 great chances for Vasco da Gama.
No question, this one before the one we've just seen, and that ball hit the crossbar and goes out. Now we see the latest one. It goes up, watches, controlled by the chest, drills it into... The goalkeeper had great positional play though. So you commend Agus, and you commend Garlic, and you commend the defenders for that particular play.
But the corner kick, Felipe, ends up in Scott Garlic's hands. Again, as much as there is some momentum for DC United, if Vasco da Gama can get one goal, they win the competition. That's all they need. They just need to tie it because they had a goal already in the first match. So there's momentum for DC United by scoring a goal and pressure on Vasco da Gama, but pressure on DC United because they cannot concede a goal. And it'll be a throw. It
seemed to be, David, those last two shots that we saw came in from their right side, left to right. Two driven balls. Either one could have gone in the goal, but Garlic came up big.
Vitor on the throw-in. Luizinho. Tony Santa pestering Vitor and winning the ball.
And overlapping on the left side.
All right, Moreno, as you mentioned, the overlap by Santa. Vasco da Gama does have numbers back. Arnold Gamon is able to intervene.
So much work done, and then offside. So much work done, and then an errant pass breaks the play down for DC United.
So a free kick for DC United on the offside. We look at Mr. Batras of Guatemala, Carlos Batras, the referee tonight.
Don't think we've had any problems with that referee either.
No, this is a top-flight international competition. The best referee in the region. Donizet was just offside as Naza played the ball.
Donizet can appeal to the referee's aid, but it was offside by a good 2 or 3 yards.
So Guilherme also appealing, and Guilherme trying to win the ball. Eddie Pope, under pressure, is able to avoid a turnover.
That's a foul. Lassiter nudges the defender in the back and gets the foul.
Vasco da Gama now. Naza, he spent too much time with him. And now the cover cap.
Dave, we're going to see, as we've just seen there now, we're going to see as the game progresses, more mistakes made because the players become tired, more tired as the game goes on. So we're going to expect some errors here.
Vasco da Gama continues to probe for that equalizing goal in the game that would put him back ahead in the competition. Felipe. Fabinho to turn. Now free kick.
That's a deliberate handball, so that warrants a yellow card.
Also will get the yellow card for the deliberate handball.
You just see it on the replay. There's the chip and there's the handball. Deliberate handball, that's why he gets the yellow card. If the ball had played his hand, the referee would have let play go on. When he plays the ball, that's a yellow card.
Everything on the ball. Coming through for the hit on his head, but is unable to bring that one down as it skims on his head. All right, many in attendance tonight, including Miss Brazil USA, Alexandra Gelis. Alexandra Gelis with a big Miss Brazil USA smile. She's got a Miami Fusion shirt on, and she's probably rooting for Vasco da Gama, not DC United. It's Ben Olsen.
I thought you could see she's nice and through Ben Olsen.
Now Ben Olsen getting the yellow card. Eddie Pope. DC United in the white jerseys, Vasco da Gama in the dark jerseys. Bagley kept that in. Somebody got to play. We're at Lockhart Stadium, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Exeter trying to control the ricochet. Naza trapping it down. Ahead to Guilherme. Guilherme getting a step from Yamosa. Who denies Guilherme?
That was a great play by Yamosa because he feigned the player to come inside. He didn't take it on. He put the ball further ahead, and Yamosa just screened him out of the play and got rid of that ball. Great defensive play.
Vitor driving a ball. It is denied.
Yamosa's had an outstanding game tonight, Dave, especially on defense.
He seldom gets beat, even when it appears he always finds a way to win the ball at the critical moment.
Because what we've just seen there now was a foul given against Richie Williams, and Richie's got to be careful because he's already had a yellow card, so you cannot afford to get another one because 2 yellow cards equal a red, and a red means you're out of the game.
Vitor. Guilherme trapping, but Eddie Pope winning. DC United struggling to clear right now. Donizet off Yamosa. And Van Olsen will have to clear it for DC United. A 33rd minute goal from Tony Sana. The difference in this game. What a ball by Olsen behind Moreno. Moreno now shut down by Wagner. Pressure by Gabon. But he gets support again from Ben Olsen. Listen, onto it, but it's cleared by Malo Gabon.
That was a good play by Marino, but he's got to get back downfield because Lasky and Marino are left in an offside position. They've got to get back and don't leave holes in the middle of the team.
Felipe. Donizet showing for the ball. Felipe now is fouled. A free kick.
One more time. Yes, I think this might be a dangerous situation to DC.
Richie Williams getting a yellow card.
I thought that was his second.
I believe that was only his first. I think you're thinking of the
Ben Olsen.
Yeah, it was Ben Olsen.
There we see the fouls mounting up. 12 and 23.
So Richie Williams had to get his first yellow card. The Ben Olsen yellow card.
Yes.
That was who has the other yellow card.
So both of them have got to be careful now.
Marco Echeverri had a yellow card in the first half, and Luis Zhao had one for Vasco da Gama. Luis Zhao is no longer playing for Vasco da Gama. He was substituted at halftime.
The referee coming to the referee's aid at the sideline, the fourth official.
Well, now see the Vasco bench believes Richie Williams has 2 cards. But I think they've confused Richie Williams with Ben Olsen as well,
and that's somewhat easily done. So they've got the 10 yards, the referee's blown the whistle.
Guilherme drives it, Garlic saves it.
It's a good save by Garlic because when that ball comes so fast, sometimes that ball rebounds off the goalkeeper and one of their players comes and sides it in the net and says thank you very much. But Scott Garlic has been very clean tonight. No problems with any of the saves that he's had to make.
Vegas having to play it back to Scott Garlic, and Garlic has to hurry because Donizet was coming in.
I don't think he realized how fast Donizet was coming in to try and block that ball, and he did block it.
And is now forced to throw in for DC United in their defensive third.
And Garlic having words with Jeff Vegas. You see it on the replay here. There's Jeff Vegas putting the ball to Garlic. Garlic's in trouble immediately there.
Moreno heading it forward, and now Ben Olsen using his speed. Olsen sneaking around Ojivan. But Vitor has come over to help clean it up all the way from the other side. Now we're getting a handball, I believe, on Ben Olsen.
Well, that's a shame because it wasn't an intentional handball, and therefore the referee should have let it go.
Felipe from Vasco da Gama. 64 minutes in. Down Hartz.
See, as the game goes on, the players are getting more tired and the fouls mount up.
Felipe. Donizet looking for it, but Jeff Vegas heads it away. A throw-in coming up from Vasco da Gama. Vitor will take the throw-in. Felipe. Playing it wide for Flavinho. Flavinho. And it's cleared by Pope.
I would say at this particular time, Dave, that DC United has just got the edge. And that it may be because Vasco da Gama are tired after all the traveling they've done.
Again, coming back from Tokyo, Japan this week where they lost to Real Madrid 2-1. A very entertaining match in the World Club Championship for the Toyota Cup. Vasco da Gama to Nazar, looking for Guilherme, but cleanly trapping it was Carlos Yamosa under pressure, and now it'll work to clear.
He's had an outstanding game, but there's a bad pass that's gone inside the field, and now Felipe has got it.
Felipe plays it wide to the left, Flavinho. The challenge by Richie Williams, and now DC United able to counter. Vasco da Gama quickly getting the numbers back. Williams. In space for Ojiban. Lassiter wanted an obstruction on Ojiban. He will not get it.
Well, I'm on the side of the referee. It wasn't a foul. Lassiter's just picking himself up, but he's got to get back into the game.
Ben Olsen denying. Taylor be on that left side, but a throw-in. Now for Vasco da Gama. This competition is tied at a goal apiece. 2 games over this competition. Aggregate goals decide the winner, the total number of goals.
Seeing that ball at the plate of Marino, there's some fatigue setting in. It's unquestionable. So it may be a mistake that's going to lead to the winning goal if one is scored within the 90 minutes.
And if not, again, it stays the way it is right now, we would go to golden goal. 30 minutes extra time, but a golden goal. So the first goal would win in the extra time. Donizet. Cross made by Vitor. Now Wagner trying to control it for Vasco da Gama.
So wall of defenders at the top of the 18-yard line.
Felipe
on his right foot.
Felipe showing the move to DC United. Resolute defense, and Hope helping to win the ball away, and now we're on the foul by Vasco da Gama and a free kick. We look at Felipe, talented 21-year-old, part of the national team selection now, and they say the next Roberto Carlos could be seeing him here tonight.
I think they need both. Left midfield, left full back. That would be tremendous for Brazil in the next World Cup.
So the free kick coming for DC United. They're in the white jerseys, Vasco da Gama in the dark. Vasco trying to punctuate the end of their 100 years. 100 years. With another throw. Eddie Pope to the box. Oh, coming through. Was Lassiter.
And you've got to recognize this. Lassiter came all the way on that run. Just had to get a connection on it and could have gone in the goal. Good play. This play is not offside.
Donizet is the player to the box. Guilherme coming through. But Pope and Yamosa did a good job to shield Guilherme from getting to the ball.
That was a frightening ball there that went between the last defender and the goalkeeper. Let's see it. Watch this ball. Just need to be side-footed in. Watch it. Such a dangerous ball. Out of play. Goal kick.
Yamosa and Pope, the central defenders, did not allow him to get that ball.
Just when you see or recognize some players that's fatigued, they come on marvelously, but they're keeping going. It's estimated that a player loses 7 to 8 pounds in a game, somewhat like this. So that's hard work.
We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Lockhart Stadium, the second leg of the Interamerican Cup. Dave Johnson, Gordon Bradley with you is Vasco da Gama. Trail DC United in the match, 1-0, but overall in the competition, it's even at a goal apiece.
You see what we see now when that free kick is given. We'll see the replay first. Let's just watch it. Trying to dribble. Push off there by
Flavinho, the push off.
Flavinho did it.
But Wagner actually gets called for the yellow. He's the one that came in with a challenge from behind after Flavinho pushed him off. Richie Williams putting into space. Dangerous ball, Ojiban. Ojiban is fouled. Well, Lassiter, I don't think he's going to get away with that right in front of the referee's assistant. And now he's saying there's a dive. Well, and it looked like he pushed him, but that was from our vantage point. The referee assistant was right in front. We get Vasco da Gama in the black jerseys. DC United in the white strip tonight. As we approach the 70-minute mark of the match. Pope and Guilherme battling on that flag. A lot of intensity in this match. Pope kind of threw the ball at Guilherme, unhappy with, I guess, the way Guilherme was pulling at him, and probably vice versa.
What the referee's got to do, Dave, he's got to understand that these players are fatigued. He's got to take that into consideration when a tackle's made or there's a run made and somebody is brought down, and not to come out with the yellow card, which have some thought about the players. A lot of it is not intentionally, it's because they're fatigued.
Antonio Lopez probably should be fatigued. He is active the entire game, and he has, you see the unironed shirt, that's actually a superstition with him. It's not from all his action, he actually wears unironed shirts as a form of good luck. Marco Echeverri. Next time I have an unironed shirt, I'll use that as an excuse. It's just fun.
Well, he's sitting down now, and that's the first time I've seen him sit down since the first half.
probably heard my comment about the shirt. John Hartz. Echeverri tried to get it through Wagner, but to no avail. And now Vasco da Gama. And the interesting dynamic about the two-legged match for goals, accurate goals. DC United in a good position right now, but Vasco can just score one goal and actually win it all.
Just saw some of the brilliance there.
The tour. Trying to free Donizet, but Jeff Agus again denied.
No question.
Donizet. The flick for Naza. But also off of Carlos Yamosa is there first. Tour. Yamosa. Don't want to give up the corner, so he clears it away. Don't want to fool around with that.
I think if you've got to get a player of the game, then certainly on the DC side, you've got to give Yamosa. He's been outstanding.
We see Mauricio warming up for Vasco da Gama. Mauricio warming up. Guilherme may try to get off the ball. Now Flavinho. Flavinho. Garlic will be there. Too much on that one, and Garlic, that was well within his range, right in his home of the 6-yard box.
Now the next thing Garlic's got to do is chase his defenders out the halfway line, and they're doing that. He's got to be behind them all the time. Get out, get out, get out.
Richie Williams will put it to the left side. To the right. Olsen eludes a challenge by Flavinho, but Wagner wins the ball for Vasco da Gama from Echeverri. And Mosa, what a strong tackle on Donizet. Strong but clean.
One of the few mistakes Echeverri's done this game, but he could be fatigued also. Both teams are tired. There's another pass picked up by John Hart.
They're actually ricocheted off to Mr. Batres, the referee. Moreno flicking it over his head to Echeverri. Ahead to Lassiter, but the flag is up. Oh, a Showtime play, but the flag up. Let's see it. Moreno flicked it over his head to start it off.
Well, it was a good play. You see, they flicked it over his head, controlled and headed down to Lassiter, but he's in an offside position. He looked at the referee and said, I wasn't, but he was offside. And he's accepted that.
It was when the ball was headed, and you saw right at the moment the head, Lassiter was just one step behind the defender. Even would have been on, but behind the defender. Taylor feet out. Wagner. Vasco da Gama. 2 trophies they've won this year, the Rio Championship and the Copa Libertadores, the South American Championship. Jeff Agus winning the ball from Donizet. Now to Moreno, but Ogivar will intervene.
You know, whatever the outcome of this game,
Flag is up. Ogivar played it to Naza.
whatever the outcome of the game, you've got to realize and agree that the MLS have got teams that can compete at a higher level, and we're seeing it tonight, Dave, and we saw it in the first game. The DC United can compete without doubt against this outstanding Vasco da Gama team.
And the word you emphasize, the team. They are very much a team, and after the orchestration of Bruce Arenas last year, playing the ball to Ben Olsen. Olsen trying to drive into Moreno, but that's off Flavinho. So a corner kick coming up for DC United.
And with the corner kick, we see Eddie Pope coming up, because we know that Eddie is outstanding on head balls. Marco Echeverri has said that Ben Olsen leave the ball there. I'm going to play it. Probably an in-swinger. And we've got Pope getting into position. Just about on the penalty spot.
La madre, que no tiene personalidad ustedes, viejo. Tiene que estar allá, pues mandalo. No, vamos allá.
Front portion of your screen. Walking away now is Echeverri gets prepared to execute the corner. Tony Santa trying to run it down for DC United. Back here, Ogivan slips. Santa to Moreno. Moreno trying to create space. The shot. But as he created space, Galvon was able to get in for the slide tackle.
But Lassiter made a good move there, because Echeverri put that ball too far away.
So Moreno with the chance. Galvon with the tackle. And now Ben Olsen on the short corner to Echeverri. Echeverri takes the back here. Gets it back on the left foot across the goal now, but headed away by Wagner. Now a chance by John Hartz. Why not? But Carlos Germano has it.
Well, the ball was dipping just nicely for John to take a volley kick at that, and he did that, but straight onto the goalkeeper.
Parks battling. The Tour is able to win it. Mimosa, the tackle, clean again against Donizet. Now ball played into space for Lassiter. Lassiter trying to get it to Moreno. And Gavon, Mauro Gavon has to clear it.
A little panic there in the defensive area, Gavon.
You can see it in his eyes.
Yes, telling his teammates, let's get organised here. We can see it on the replay. Lassiter puts it across. He looks at it. I'm going to cross this ball. He does that. And he just kicks it clear. And he had all the time in the world, but his teammates have got to tell him that.
Echeverry.
In swinger.
Lassiter the flip. It's in. And he poked the goal. Into the net. Into the net. It's in the net. A goal. DC United.
And that's why Eddie Pope goes in for the corner kicks. The ball goes all the way to Lassiter, who left foots it back into the net, across the net, and there we see Eddie Pope do what he does regularly. That's a great play by Lassiter, and that's a great play by Eddie Pope to put DC United into a wonderful position. There's Eddie Pope, the player that's always dangerous, whether with his head or with his feet, on corner kicks.
DC United goal by number 23,
He
Eddie
scored
Pope.
the game-winning goal and then
Assist to number 15,
Now
Ryan
DC United
Whitaker
leads
at the 77th
the Interamerican
minute
Cup by
mark.
1 goal. If the score holds, DC United will have soccer bragging rights in the Western Hemisphere.
We've got 13 minutes to go in this game, so fasten your seatbelts.
Vasco da Gama had the 1-goal edge after the first leg, but the script so far has gone certainly DC United's way, with the goal coming in the first half to equalize the competition. And now Vasco da Gama with a lot of pressure to at least get 1 goal to force extra time. They won the handball against Vasco to DC United. They will not get it.
There's the player that did it, Eddie Pope.
Now, the Tour coming forward. Cross, Olsen will clear, and now you think the DC United fans let some of those Scott Garlick saves on opportunities by Donizet.
In that last attacking play, Dave, we had 7 white shirts, DC United players, against 3 Vasco da Gama players. So Vasco da Gama wanted to get something out of this game. They've got to push up, push forward.
Donizet trying to get goal. That took a bit of a ricochet, so a difficult ball for Garlick, but he made the save.
Garlick has commanded that area very responsibly tonight. Had a great game, must be pleased with himself.
Echeverry heading it forward to Lassiter. Oh, and this could be a tackle from behind. As Vitor came in from behind. Actually, Ojivan came in from behind on Lassiter. The ball going out of play. A substitution has been made. Mauricio has come in to the contest for Flavinho. No foul was given, and it's a corner kick for DC United.
And I do think another change is evident.
And that's what we're talking about. Now they're going to make the substitution we mentioned. Mauricio is coming in for Flavinho.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Flavinho going out. Echeverry. Brilliant. Guilherme made the hat.
now coming in, number 17, Mauricio.
Mauricio in the game for Flavinho.
Well, it's got to be that the substitute change was made to get more attacking play into the Vasco da Gama team. No good putting on a defender now. They're losing.
DC United leads 2-1 in the overall competition. Moreno. Ball by Mauricio.
So the right side's open. And you see Lassiter and Moreno, they've worked so hard, but they still need to keep going. There's 10 minutes left in this game.
Vasco da Gama in the dark jerseys. The desperate quest for goals continues. Donizet somehow keeps it in. Donizet! I don't know how he kept it in.
Actually, Dave, I thought Santa was going to take the ball away from him because it appeared to be out of the play, but it wasn't. It was sitting on the end line. But then he got his cross in.
A throw in for DC United, but from their defensive third, Antonio Lopez. Technical director, coach, Vasco da Gama. The urgency and his stature self-explanatory. Luizinho. Looking in for Mauricinho. Hard control. Deftly controls it to avoid hitting at the corner. But a throw in for Vasco da Gama. Vitor. Mauricinho. Vitor. Hoping to get across the box. But DC United will march forward. Demotion controlling it. Is able to sweep it away. With a little over 7 minutes remaining. Bailiffy.
Bailiffy been a little bit quiet this half, Dave.
Had more room to work in the first half. Was more involved.
Watching him, he's doing a lot of walking.
Now again, he was left fullback in the first game between these teams, playing left midfield this time around. We expected him to be more involved.
And when I see him now, he should be getting back. He's kind of just walking back. So if he's looking for a counter or not, I don't know. But the work rate has to be there because we're down to about 8 minutes left in the game.
No question. You mentioned fatigue. Actually, both legs, Vasco with the reason for fatigue. They just finished their Brazilian season about 48 hours before they played DC United in Washington. Mauricinho. As always working hard, Ben Olsen to win the ball. Mauricinho trying to win it back. But DC United will have the throw-in. There's the substitute, Mauricinho.
Never saw Mauricinho have the ball there with 2 DC United defenders confronting him, so he didn't have much to win on that play. Now we see Arena looking like he's going to make a substitute. Anja seems to be warming it, but come on.
DC United another defensive presence. Mauro Galvão has to control that with Roy Lassiter on his back. I think Vasco da Gama fully expected there to come here and even get out with at least a 0-0 draw. I think DC United once again, Major League Soccer team has surprised them. Richie Williams fouling. Bailiffy.
I do think after the first game, they realized that they've got a fight on their hands. Happy to be winning the first one, but now they're down and they need to get a goal on the scoreboard.
Bailiffy. Now trying to get involved. Tony Santa marking. And Bailiffy got a foul earlier. This time, one touch by Santa. He quickly appealed to Mr. Batches, the referee, but quickly Mr. Batches said, no, not that time. And Marco Echeverri and Mauro Galvão, 2 veterans of the game, exchanging words.
You don't need to see this.
No foul on the play. Just a throw-in for DC United.
Was a foul on Ojban.
Now Vasco da Gama.
Another free kick taken quickly.
Got to take advantage. Coming through Wagner. Donizet. Donizet still streaking forward. But Garlic.
The Garlic's in and said, hey, I'll get you out of trouble. That's my ball. Takes it again.
About 5 minutes left in the match. Ojban, the header. Bailiffy working hard to win the ball for Vasco da Gama. Vitor.
Guys, you going? Looks like they tried the right side, let's try the left side, or rather the opposite, let's try the right side, because they look a little bit more dangerous going down that right side.
Vitor. Then also in the trouble of foul. And now you can see the urgency of Vasco da Gama. They want the players away, they want the quick free kicks. As they trail 2-0 to DC United. They need a goal to force extra time as Vasco da Gama.
He's looking to see what he can do with his ball.
And with every push and shove, as we saw Mauricinho appealing, Vasco is looking at Mr. Batres, Carlos Batres, the referee. Scott Garlick is kicking the ball away. Vasco now, the throw-in. Mauro Galvão. Or Guilherme. Mosa denies. Guilherme fighting to win it for Vasco. Naza. Pressured by Moreno. The clock continuing to tick toward an Interamerican Cup title for DC United. Vitor. The foul called, free kick Vasco da Gama.
It's a free kick, it's about 35 yards out.
And the referee, as you see the clock ticking, the official time has to be kept on the field. Vasco da Gama quickly taking the free kick. Mauricinho on the ball. The left-footed cross, ricocheting outside the box. Richie Williams trying to get up the right flank. Williams and Felipe battling. We have elbows flying. A free kick is going to be awarded, but DC United wants to get a substitute in. Jeff Onger, a defensive presence, will finally come in for Roy Lassiter. The free kick taken. Jeff Onger is in the game. The Canadian international for DC United. And they're going to bring back the free kick because, of course, the substitution was made. So Onger's in the game. Naza. Vitor lets it go to Mauricinho. Cross made, Guilherme at the 6, denied by Mimosa. Gordon Bradley's headed to the field. Post-match comments on what would be an historic victory for DC United in Major League Soccer. DC United with 2 Major League Soccer Cups, a U.S. Open Cup, this season a CONCACAF Champions Cup, champions of their region in world soccer, and now trying to become champions of the Western Hemisphere. We look at Mario Gori, also won.
Ladies and gentlemen, for DC United,
we approach
number 5, Jeff Onger.
the 89-minute mark of this match. But again, part of the drama of this competition,
Replacing
Vasco
number
da
15,
Gama
Roy Lassiter.
force extra time, just was one lone goal. Naza gets it out Onger. Vitor. Paul Galvão was making it on the left side. Onger now trying to clear. Vasco putting the pressure on. Felipe. Ricochet, this could be a corner kick coming up for Vasco da Gama. It is a corner kick. The ricochet is on the defender. So Felipe with a corner for Vasco da Gama. As they look to force extra time. Coming through the header and a save, and they have a whistle. Guilherme had the header. But a whistle was called and a free kick. The result. Felipe with the corner. Guilherme came through with the header. But he was called for a foul before the header. So had it gone in, it was not a foul. But Garlick still made the save. And Scott Garlick, having not started for DC United since the end of September, getting a start tonight, and he's rewarded his coach, Bruce Arena, with that decision. We are now over the 90-minute mark. Carlos Batres knows the time remaining. The fans, some eager to celebrate with DC United. And some pavilion fans, some eager to celebrate against Vasco da Gama. Vitor. Galvão. Galvão has come forward more now. Ojiba, we said at halftime that DC United truly setting the standard in Major League Soccer. this will be just another reason for the entire country, and certainly more specifically the nation's capital, to be proud of this professional side. And what a fitting exclamation mark to Bruce Arena's career at DC United. Naza.
Yeah, kick it out, man.
And DC United refusing to bet. But Vasco still has time. Moreno fouling Luisinho. Vasco is desperately trying to force the extra time. Penalty. Taken away by Agus. Ocean, and we have an injured player. So they'll stop play. Mario Dori is getting set to check in. Santa was the player slow to get up. Off the throw-in. Charlie handles the cross as Eddie Pope and Guilherme are into the box. Guilherme again going after the cross. And away from the ball, Scott Gallagher is trying to calm his defender down. Eddie Pope, that Guilherme was getting into his space, and DC United, of the Western Hemisphere. DC United, Interamerican Cup Champions, winning 2-1 on aggregate. Gordon Bradley's with Bruce Arena. Gordon, what's the story?
I've got Bruce Arena with me. Bruce, give me your thoughts now, please. Well, it's a great game. We beat an outstanding team. Give them a lot of credit. They've had a lot of travel over the last 3 weeks, but our guys did extremely well tonight against a very talented team. I'd like to give a lot of credit to Vasco, but DC United has set a great standard for soccer in our country. I'd like to give a great deal of credit to you, Bruce, and to your team. Great win, Bruce. Good luck to you. Thank you, Gordon. You're welcome.
Thank you, Gordon. DC United, Interamerican Cup champions. 2-1 on aggregate. A spectacular night of emotion, punctuated by another DC United victory. Bruce Arena's final triumph with his club side. DC United, Interamerican Cup champions. For Gordon Bradley, I'm Dave Johnson. Thanks for watching the 1998 Interamerican Cup.